Welcome back to GMFB. We are here in East Rutherford, New Jersey, where I'm joined by Kyle, and we're joined with the general manager of the New York Giants, going into his third year as the GM, Mr. Joe Schoen. Welcome to the show.
What's up, Joe?
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
No doubt.
We're thrilled to have you. We're now calling you Smoking Joe Schoen after yesterday and all your involvement. Let's get into this, okay? Yesterday, everybody saw it around the world now. It's everywhere on the internet. Giants, Lions have a joint practice, and there's many dust-ups, fracases, everything.
A brouhaha, if you will.
Yeah, Donnybrook, take us through yesterday's practice in that regard.
Yeah, last year we scrimmaged against Detroit for 2 days, and there were no fights.
No way.
There was nothing. It was great. Everything went smooth, and early on in practice, there was a couple of hits, and things got heated early on. So, yeah, I mean, from my position, I just want to get good work, and everybody come out of practice healthy. That's the biggest concern for me, and that's why we're practicing with Detroit. Like, a lot of respect for Dan Campbell and his staff, Brad Holmes, and what they're doing up in Detroit. So, hopefully we don't have as much extracurricular activity today as we did yesterday.
Now, there was another little part of this that Kyle didn't mention. There was a skirmish on the sideline, and it wasn't the security officer, it wasn't the offensive lineman. The general manager, Joe Schoen, you got involved and broke it up. I get scared when I see a man with no helmet on the field. What happened?
Yeah. Again, we were doing a red zone period, and our whole team was on one side, theirs was on another. So I was right there by the ruckus or whatever was going on. I was just trying to keep our guys back. So I think got a little bit overblown in terms of my involvement. And I know my strengths and weaknesses. So I was just trying to keep our guys back. No way was I getting involved.
That's never been seen. We were joking earlier, like you hanging on to Kayvon Thibodeau like you're Jeff Van Gundy's leg. It's not like that. I thought maybe you would walk across the field and challenge Brad Holmes to a fight, right? That's how you do it.
No, Brad's in the same boat as me. We just want to get good work and get out of there healthy. And
you did it. But I'm honestly, Joe, it's playing very well for you in the court of public opinion. It's just cool that you were there and not afraid. And these are your players. You signed them. You want to protect them, and you did. I think it's cool.
No doubt. Again, I just want to get out healthy. I don't want somebody, again, it's stupid to hit somebody with a helmet on with your fist, things like that. And guys can get caught up in the moment. And I was just trying to prevent anything like that happening. Yeah.
Can I just geek out? Can we talk about Malik Nabers a little bit?
Yeah.
I know there's this we have to temper our expectations. He's a rookie, but I just see it from afar. I haven't been to Giants camp yet. It looks like he's the real deal in practice.
Yeah, no, he's been really good. He's had a good couple weeks here. He did a good job yesterday. Again, he keeps stacking good days together, and it's what we saw at LSU. I mean, he was a dominant player in the SEC, and he's come out here. He's learned the offense. Probably better than we expected. We're able to move him around, and he's handling a lot right now, and he's able to go out and execute. So yeah, it's definitely encouraging where he is right now.
I don't mean to bring up the fracases, but I'm going to do this constructively. Daniel Jones is being talked about too, okay? Because the guy in the red jersey, the franchise quarterback, is in there shoving defensive linemen and showing fear, and he's got a beard now, showing no fear. He's got a beard now. People online are like, wow, Daniel Jones is coming up differently. Obviously, you don't want him to get hurt, but Peter and I agree that it was a moment for Daniel Jones, for the fans, for the teammates, that I'm here to fight too, and I got my guys back. How was that interpreted by you guys and the coaching staff?
Yeah, I think the players definitely probably appreciated it. His teammates, seeing him getting in there from my seat and my perspective where I was like, get out of there.
Yeah, of course.
What are you doing? Get out of there. Red jersey coming off an ACL, we're get out of there. But sometimes your natural instinct kicks in, and when your teammates need your help, that's your natural instinct to go help. And that's what Daniel did, and luckily he got out of there. And again, I just want to get out of here healthy and get some good work in.
The Giants offseason, obviously Saquon was the big headline that he's no longer here, but quietly you guys had Illuminor, you had Runyon, you had Motor Singletary. We're a week into practices. We've now got these joint practices. How are you feeling about the new addition so far?
Yeah, I feel really good. And Brian Burns, we traded for him too, and he's been really good in camp. But Motor we had familiarity with from Buffalo, Illuminor, Runyon. They've performed very well. So all three of those guys, what we expected to get in terms of production and the way they look on the grass has been really good. And not even that, just from a culture standpoint, who they are as people and what they bring to the table as veteran players with leadership, as we're trying to turn this around, they've been phenomenal.
I just have to take a time. It's Chris Hogan right there, the Super Bowl winner. What are you doing, Chris?
He's in Miami. We had him in Miami too.
Chris Hogan just bumming. Are you doing all right?
I'm doing great, boys. How are you guys?
We're in the middle talking to Joe. How's the family?
Cool.
How's everything?
Family's good. Brought my son with me, so we're just here to cool.
What's up, bro?
What's up, guys?
You play the sweet lacrosse? You play lax?
Yeah.
Yeah! We love you guys.
Chris, you're the man, dude.
Like the sitcom.
Penn State, Monmouth, we love this guy right here. Legend.
That was a Brian Gaines special.
Brian Gaines found him in lacrosse.
Right?
Yeah,
and
Brian
that's
Gaines.
the deep cut, 7-Eleven. He's always open.
7-Eleven, always open from Hard Knocks.
Tonight premieres, and here's our other star Hard Knocks.
So I promised we weren't going to bring it up, but you mentioned Hard Knocks. Joe, we know you all you want to do is take care of your family and come to work and do your job in private. That's how you operate. You weren't allowed to do that. It's forced upon you. You guys don't choose. You were in the show a lot, talking about really, really important private things on television. What was that experience like?
Yeah, going through the process, it had never been done before. So
Right.
you get used to the cameras and it's business as usual, not knowing what the end product's going to be. So credit to NFL Films. I thought they did a very good job. I would say the fans and everybody would say, boy, they showed a little bit more than we thought they would.
Yeah.
And not all of it was comfortable. And there's some conversations that are, you wish they would remain private, but they were part of the show. And, we had editorial input, not control. So, there were some things where I was like, I'm not real comfortable with that. But, it was in the show. But I think all in all, NFL Films, they did a great job. When you're doing it too, you have a lot of private conversations leading up to the draft or free agency on strategy.
Yeah.
And you're always worried about is somebody from, is it going to get out? And they didn't. The confidence and trust that we had in NFL Films and they had in us, I think it came out well. The 5 episodes I thought were really good. And again, it was a dead media cycle when it came out. So you're on vacation and everybody's critiquing everything that you're doing.
It was dead, and then you guys went on, and it came right to life.
And are we talking like supermarket recognition? Like where are we at? Airport recognition?
No.
Where are we at?
No, it was good. Out of the country, hat low, under the radar. Is how I prefer to be. So
listen, regarding Saquon, you are the kind of guy in this organization who will say, we wish him nothing but the best and all that. But really, not really, because you don't want him to have good success this year on the football field with the Eagles. That's a rival he's going to. He's coming into MetLife, I think it's week 5 or week 6, pretty early. What is that going to be like on that game day for you and Coach Dable, seeing Saquon in the Eagles playing against you?
Yeah, it'll be tough. Always done for the franchise, the number 2 pick. He has a lot of production here, and he's a great kid. I love Saquon. Again, there's a business side to it. So that's why I told him I wish you the best of luck, except twice a year. And
Smart.
Again, you can't re-sign everybody, and where we are and building the team, and as much as you'd like to keep everybody, that's just not the reality of the situation. So wish him luck. Other than 2 times a year when we play him.
One of the cool deals about this season is the 100th year of the New York Giants. Yeah. It's a big initiative here. Yesterday at practice, Strahan, Victor Cruz, Phil Simms, a lot of the legends are showing their face. This feels like a season of significance for this organization. Do you carry that weight as well?
Yeah, absolutely. And I love coming to work every day, and you see the history of the organization and some of the greats that come out to practice. And my son played in the NFL Flag Football Championship in Canton and going through the Hall of Fame. And just all the giants that are in the Hall of Fame, and just really cool. And this 100th season and being able to see how it was built on Hard Knocks, and then all that our the business side and the marketing is doing for the greats that came before this team. I just think it's a phenomenal time to have the organization under the spotlight, and I'm looking forward to seeing how we do.
We are too, and we haven't seen him yet, but we heard the head coach lost a ton of weight.
Yeah,
he looks great.
Yeah, he looks great. He looks phenomenal.
That's awesome. He's ready to win.
He's ready to win. Yeah, he's taking Pilates now. He's big into that. Oh yeah, big Pilates guy now.
Yeah, this Pilates place in Wyckoff has gotten such free advertising.
Exactly.
We're gonna be wearing a patch on our shirts like Pilates in Wyckoff.
Yeah. I'm hoping he's getting some free.
Mentioned it like 30 times.
Yeah, I know. I hope he's getting some free sessions. I would hope he'd at least get that. The marketing they've received.
The 5-pack, he gets one free.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. Before we let you go, Daniel Jones. Pivotal season. Let's call it what it is. He's got to deliver. How are you feeling about DJ as we head into this 2024 campaign?
Yeah, I feel good about him. Again, he had a really good day yesterday. He stacked some good days together last week. And again, it's only natural at the position to have a little rust when you're coming back off an ACL and behind an offensive line. He didn't take any team reps this spring, so early on he's getting used to the receivers, the timing, some of the stuff we're doing offensively along with the offensive line. So I think he's really progressing in the right direction. And I think with the the upgrades to the offensive line and some of the offensive weapons, we're expecting big things.
When you've got Dave's going we could trade up for Jaden Daniels, or you got Mike Kafka saying I like Drake May. I know Daniel Jones is a private guy and he's insular and he's focused. Do you go out of your way to say, hey, there's going to be stuff on this, just do your job and everything's going to be all right?
Yeah, I think whichever, maybe episode 4 when I was talking to Chris Mayer, that was the exact conversation I had with Daniel. And, Dave's and I think the communication with the players and shooting them straight is very important. So they're not surprised or, caught out of the, I mentioned Daniel going to the cafeteria and seeing one of those quarterbacks. So we just wanted to be up front with him. And again, some of those conversations were early in March. Daniel wasn't even running at the time. So again, every patient reacts differently to surgeries, and we didn't know if there were going to be setbacks. So we were going through the process, doing our due diligence the best we could. He understood that. Did he love it? No, but he also understood from our standpoint what we were doing. So I think the open lines of communication, made it as smooth as it possibly could have. Obviously it's a little bit uncomfortable, but the communication was good on both sides, and he understood where we were coming from. So
it's a very difficult challenge. You're a total pro. We always love you coming by. This is season 100 for the New York Giants. It's Joe Schoen. He's a great GM. He has a beautiful family.
Stay out of the
family has a
fights.
lot of opinions. Yeah, and if you see him careening into the field today to separate people, he does that too.
Stay out of the mess, okay?
Right.
today?
I'm staying out. I'm
Okay,
staying
good.
out.
Thanks for joining us. Good